guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Candace. I'm Candace.
Didn't know it was my turn. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Candace. I'm Candace.
And I'm Valaencia.
Of?
Oh.
Okay, where did it go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put her. No.
It's okay. She can be in the video.
She gonna come over here. She about to be by my food. She could be
I
by
mean,
yours.
no, not while we're eating. It's for the intro.
Take 3.
Ooh, okay. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Candace. I'm Candace.
And I'm Valaencia Thompson of Frorealdoe and Glittered and Goals.
And thank you for joining.
This gonna be a...
That's our intro.
Okay. Welcome to Glittered and Goals GIG Tribe Live. This is the discussion series for Glittered and Goals. And today I am sitting here with my friend Candace from Conversations with Candace.
Hey guys, I'm already eating because I'm so hungry. I'm starving.
We're doing a mukbang.
Mukbang.
Which in Korean literally translates to live eating broadcast, I think is what I read. And so we are eating seafood egg rolls right now. And then both of us have boiled seafood. You can tell them what you got.
I have 2 pounds of crawfish, 1 corn, 1 potato, 1 sausage. And it smells so good. It is the house special sauce, and it's medium spiciness, so I'm very excited because it's from Nick Seafood, and Valencia swears by it.
I do.
And I'm ready to get my life. I'm ready to be fulfilled.
I have a pound of boiled easy peel shrimp and potatoes, and I also have it in the house special sauce, as well as medium spicy. So
This is really good.
they have like cream cheese in it.
And I asked for 2 egg rolls. Maybe they gave us like 2 orders because it has like 8 of them in here. I'm gonna probably eat like 4.
Get into this. So
Ketchup.
I have, for those who missed it, I have boiled shrimp and potatoes.
Oh my god, look at this garlic at the bottom.
And potatoes. Ooh, child. And house special sauce. So, full disclosure, like this is Vietnamese style crawfish. So it's not Cajun style, so it does have like all the sauce and everything. I know some people don't like that. I like both actually. Like I like a good Cajun style, and I also like this kind. So look, I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to be getting... Look at this.
Beautiful.
It's so good.
Okay,
Hey,
I'm gonna start doing mine without dropping it. I have the crawfish, the corn, the potato, and the sausage.
Ooh, child.
With the garlic and the onions and the house sauce popping.
And this is our seafood egg rolls
That we've eaten most of.
So I'll go ahead and give y'all like a little rundown of what we're gonna be talking about. So little backstory is, and then we're also sipping on Angry Orchard Rosé. So
Delicious.
shout out to Angry Orchard. But yeah. So what we're gonna be talking about today, thank you, is mental health. And I'm gonna let Candace give you a little rundown on the specifics of what we'll be discussing, because this was actually Candace's idea. So before I even decided to do the GIG Tribe Live discussion series, Candace has a YouTube channel called Conversation with Candace, and she had asked me to be on it so that we could do a mukbang, or how we just say mukbang.
We say mukbang.
But mukbang just translates in Korean to like live eating broadcast. So that's what we're doing. But when they do it on YouTube, they be eating like tons of food, and it's like
and slurping. I don't like the slurping.
It's like gluttonous and kind of disgusting, borderline gross.
Yeah.
But so we're doing it today, and we're gonna be discussing mental health. Why don't you tell them like the specifics of what you want to get into?
The idea of the video that I was gonna do for YouTube is mental health and how it manifests itself in our like relationships with food. Some of us are overeaters, some of us are undereaters, some of us are like social eaters, some of us eat our feelings. And for me, I eat my feelings. Like I'm not, there's never a time when I'm not gonna eat. Like if I'm depressed or happy or sad or distraught or distressed, I'm eating.
Yeah.
But I also have to figure out ways to center myself mentally so that that does not create or continue to create problems for my health.
Yeah.
Because I feel like food is community and food is fun, and it should be, but I also have to battle that problematic like relationship that I've had with food for a while. So mental health as it relates to our like relationships with food.
Absolutely. I just kind of want to just piggyback off of what you just said. Kind of having a problematic relationship with food. So for those who don't know, I used to be bulimic. I had an eating disorder from age like 15 to about 22. And so I know all about having a problematic relationship with food because that was like my life for all those years. So like when you were saying you eat your feelings.
Yeah.
I definitely eat my feelings. I still do. But just over the years of just kind of like consciously doing the work to not revert back to the space I was in when I developed an eating disorder, I'm a lot more conscious about when I'm not handling situations using the tools that I've learned and like continue to try to like apply to my life.
Yeah.
And I notice when I'm reverting back to like eating my feelings. And for me that looks like just obsessively like, oh, I want this and I'm just gonna eat it and I'm gonna eat it all and I'm gonna, whether I'm hungry or not, So when did you realize that you were eating your feelings? Like, was
I
it
think
something you
I
always
became conscious of it after I had successfully dieted and exercised my way to a healthier weight. Mm-hmm. But I still was dealing with high blood pressure and all of that because even though I was eating well, I took those cheat days seriously. Mm-hmm. And I would get 2 cheat days and I would go hard in the paint all day for those cheat days every week. And I remember I was at a decent weight for what doctors wanted me to be. Mm-hmm. But I remember driving and I started feeling dizzy. Mm-hmm. And my vision got blurry a little bit and I had to pull over, and so I went to urgent care and she's like, yeah, your blood pressure is high. Do you normally have high blood pressure? I'm like, no, but I mean, yeah. And so she's like, you could stand to lose a few more pounds, but for where I had been, I had lost a substantial amount of weight. But she was like, so tell me what you ate today. And I started naming it off. She was like, yeah,
all of
that's
stuff.
Some pretty high like sodium foods and you've eaten probably too much of it. So here's what we're gonna do. And that's when she gave me blood pressure medicine. Mm-hmm. And so even when I considered myself healthy, working out 6 days per week, I was still, when I was allowed to eat that stuff on my cheat days, eating it.
Yeah.
To the point where it created a problem. And like over the years I've gained some weight back, but eating makes me feel good. Mm-hmm. Like when I'm eating with family or friends or whatever, if the food tastes good, it makes me feel good. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about how you've gotten to a point where you can stop. Mm-hmm. Like when you feel full, I'll be like, oh, it's just about 17 more. I'm gonna eat those, and like I know I'm gonna be sick after, and I don't really care.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how it's been. And so I have up and down days. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I am like, you know what? I don't need that. I can throw that out.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm like, no, I'm definitely gonna eat that.
Yeah, and I see that like Candace and I work together, and so like when we're really like on our stuff, like we, hold each other accountable and make sure that we're obviously today we know that we're not eating healthy. Okay, this is not about that.
But I feel like it kind of fits because we're gonna talk about our relationships with food, while also eating food.
Absolutely. But it's much more entertaining to watch us eat this than watch us eat like salad.
I want no salad.
But I can relate to that because similarly, like last year when I went for my well woman's exam, I was over the weight I was when I originally like started like my weight loss journey back in like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
And however, my body carries weight differently now. And I can see now definitely how our bodies change, because at 22, like 23, like after a year after, you know, overcoming my eating disorder, it was a continuous journey. But like when I finally started working on my body the right way, I started to notice like these changes, you know, and back then I was definitely losing weight faster. Like, and now like this year I'll be 30. So I get it when older women or older people tell you like it's not the same like when you get older.
Yeah.
Because I definitely am not able to lose weight as quickly as I was when I was 23.
I have friends who are over 40 who tell me it's hard over 40. I'm like, girl, it's hard over 30.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm about to be 35, and it's just, you know, your body is probably trying to hold on to the weight in anticipation of like having a baby.
Yeah.
It's like you need to be this weight and you need to be able to carry this baby. You need to be able to do these things. And so it's like, oh no, you lost some? Oh no.
Let me like
let's get that back.
Let me do something about that. I see a question. Hold on, here I come.
It's harder with each decade. Girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Her name is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
So yeah. It's definitely harder now. And when I went to the doctor, he was like, you know, well, actually it was for my well woman's at the time. When I went to the doctor in December last year, that was like for my physical. But I had lost weight by December. Even though like my doctor was like, oh, you still need to lose some weight.
But you had done.
But I could see the change in myself versus how when I was younger and I would hear that like from the doctor, it would be really traumatic. But I know that I had been doing the work over the year to try to get my body back in a good space. And by that point, I had lost like maybe like 8 pounds from the beginning of the year and maintained that. So I'm like, I know, but I'm over here celebrating this 8 pounds I've been able to keep off.
It's really important to do the work to rid ourselves of the negative connotation of being fat. Being overweight. It doesn't make you less of a person.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily make you unhealthy. But we've been taught that fat is not beautiful, fat is not healthy, fat is all these things that you don't want to be. So then when we gain weight, we go to extreme measures to lose it.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
And I never, like, I have a family, and most of the people in my family are overweight. And we've never really focused on skinny. And even when I lost weight, the weight loss was a byproduct of the trying to get like healthier.
Yeah.
So while I was excited,
it wasn't because you're like, I don't want to be fat.
Trying to be a size, 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I just need to feel better when I wake up in the morning, and I want to sleep better and all of that. So, being able to work out 6 times per week and feel good after I did it, like that was a big deal for me.
Absolutely.
So then to say,
absolutely,
but you also still have high blood pressure. It's because you still are, doing
the things
those
you were
things
consuming,
that are problematic. You're eating things that are fried, dyed, laid to the side. you just can't do that, sis.
Absolutely. Can you see Brooke's comment? Brooke.
Larger does not equal ugly.
Yeah.
Unhealthy, unsexy, etc.
You are deserving. It's a little bit because we have a white tablecloth. We are all human. Yes. Brooke, I can see like part of your comment. I'll be able to see it better when I can get closer.
So
but
you have a white tablecloth and all of this.
Yeah, the letters are white and it's like up against the white tablecloth, so we can't see it as well. But we get the gist of what you're saying. Like larger does not mean ugly.
Yeah.
And so absolutely. And I now like I can be on the other side of having had an eating disorder. Like I understand that now. Like for me at age 15 when it started,
it's hard.
I was in high school and like all of my friends are smaller than me. And I was on the step team and we would go and borrow outfits from our drill team, or we called it brigade. We would go and borrow outfits from them, and we're like in their costume closet digging around for, you know, sizes, and everybody's like needing a small, and here I'm like the only one that's needing like a large and an extra large in pants. That's because my booty is large and extra large, so I could, you know, it always has been. But back then, like I'm fat compared to like everybody else.
Right, I'm fat, and that's bad.
And that's bad, you know. And also, it was all the smalls and stuff were at the top because all the girls of the drill team were like smalls and mediums.
You gotta dig through all of
and
that
I had
stuff.
to dig. So it was mentally like an issue for me to literally have to dig for my size. Like, oh, here's like all these smalls, and I'm like, I can't find a large. You have to dig for it, and that made me feel isolated. Like that made me feel other.
Yeah.
You know, and so mentally, I definitely see how that affected my mental health.
Yeah.
Because it made me start to feel less than.
Yeah.
And so that's what sparked, you know, the toxic thinking.
Toxic behavior.
Yeah. And I was eating my feelings.
Yeah.
I would eat my feelings because I'm sad, but then, you know, that wasn't really helping me at all, you know?
And I feel like I may have had some experiences like that, but I also generally felt accepted, and whereas now I don't care. I don't care if you like me. Back then I felt accepted and I was fine, and I was fine.
Yeah.
And I always say now, like, it's a little crass, but I was like, I've been catching dudes, skinny or fat, you know. You know, pardon my expression, but there's some good pussy under this fupa. Okay? The fupa never got in the way. So, I never had a problem with that until it really created an issue with my health.
Yeah, and that's great. I think that's like.
But it took that extreme for me to realize that it might be a little bit of a problem.
Right. I mean, both of them could definitely be like problematic. But I think as a young person, having felt I was definitely accepted. Like no one else made me feel that way intentionally.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. People have been objectifying me my entire life about my body. Like, women also. Like, oh, girl, you thick. Like, all of that kind of stuff. As...
I'm sorry.
You know, people have been telling me, like, you thick, like, all my life, you know? So...
Whereas we might think it's, like, a compliment, or we're not coming from a place that is meant to hurt.
Yeah.
Because like, we still have to take into consideration if
how it made me feel. Like,
if you say, guys, I don't like that, don't say that, and we're just laughing it off. It's not okay.
Right. And it's like, I will always get told, you know, that I was thick and everything like that. Meant to be a compliment. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the fact that I have hips and I'm curvy. Like, I like that. But at a time in my life where I was also struggling with some insecurity, hearing all the time that I was thick, and then also, like, my best friend, she's not on here right now, but like Ebony, people always like describe Ebony by her face, like being pretty, like she's pretty. People would describe me from being thick, like, and it's like, am I not pretty?
I want to be pretty too.
Like, can I be pretty and thick? Like, it's always like, oh, Valaencia, she's thick, she got a big booty. Like, that's not the way I want to be described, or like, you know. So I always felt like very objectified, and so like now, it doesn't bother me so much because I've accepted my body and like I know people don't mean harm. But at that time, it was tough. Like, and it made me feel even more like singled out because of it. We have a couple comments. Crown Me K. Oh, that's Kayla. I really can't see this. I'm about to get up and go read this comment.
It says, when I hear I'm thick now.
Okay. It says, I don't know if to take it as a compliment or need to lose weight, depending on how I feel about my body at the time. And this is Kayla. Kayla's in high school right now. This is my little cousin, and she's 17. When I hear I'm thick,
Kayla, because high school is hard.
Yeah, she says, when I hear I'm thick nowadays, I don't know if to take it as a compliment or I need to lose weight, depending on how I feel about my body at the time. Exactly. Like, that's exactly how it used to make me feel, because I'm like, I don't know if you're trying to call me fat, or if you're, you know, complimenting me. And because you don't know how I feel about my body today, you saying that could be very triggering.
Yes.
And for me, it was. And so I'll never forget. I was in high school, and it was like one of those times like between class periods where everybody's just kind of standing around waiting for the bell to ring. And like I was standing around with my friends. I probably was like in 11th grade, and this guy was standing with us, like one of our friends, and he made like he did me like this and was like, "Are you pregnant?"
Boy, I'll punch you in the fucking mouth.
Excuse me? Because I've never had a super flat tummy. So, like, sir, nobody really acknowledged it. And they were just, shut up. Like, you know, whatever. He was like, I'm just playing.
Don't do that.
I carried that all day.
Why did I just put, like, I am mad?
I carried that all day. And I was like, so now I'm trying to walk around all day, like, sucking it in, like, because I'm feeling freaking fat. I'm like, did he just say I'm not pregnant? Hell no, I'm not even having sex. Like, no, I'm not even pregnant. So, what are y'all saying? Brooke, I'm sorry, I can't see. All right. It says, I would have slapped that boy. Let me see. Kristen said something. Y'all are really talking. Hold on. People don't understand the opposite is just as hurtful. Oh, you're so skinny and I bet you don't have to work out. Or why do you have to work out? Why do you have to work out? You're already small. Yes, Kristen. I can definitely see that as well. Natalie said, text me who it was later. I will.
So we can fight him.
I will.
Do he wanna square up?
And guess what? I'm not even, no shade, but he looks pregnant today. Whoa. So, but no, like Kristen, I can definitely see how the opposite is true because Kristen facing Chris, she's naturally small. She's naturally petite.
And she be working out every morning like
and she be killing it like 4 a.m. girl.
Body goals. So I feel like you and I have had kind of opposite experiences as far as body goes. And I feel like with me, I've always been the cute friend, and I've always had fine friends. Like, oh, she fine. You know, you're cute. It's like, no, baby, all this body is fine too, okay? Please understand it, all right? It might not be the same, you know, body proportions or whatever.
Right.
But I'm fine.
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously in high school, I feel like high school girls now, people now in high school, but mainly girls, have even harder time because of all the like images we see online. You know, for us, it was like, you know, in print and in movies.
Right.
Constantly
social media started to become the way it is when I was in high school. Like that 07, 08, like MySpace, like maybe 06.
You're a baby.
Like we started having MySpace, and then like, you know, all of that started to kick in.
So popping.
So but now they are like smack dab in it.
In your face, selling flat tummy tea, which is nothing but a laxative.
Like,
and it's like,
and them little lollipops too, same thing.
Small thighs and humongous butt. No, that's not your body. If the thighs and the booty don't match, what are you doing? You look ridiculous. But those are the images that we see.
Yeah.
And these are not Photoshop people. These people who have paid thousands and thousands of dollars to have bodies like this, and then we're like, well, my body don't look like that.
Teenagers and like young women going to the Dominican Republic to get their body done. Like, it's outrageous.
It's like if that's truly what you want, that's fine. Because I feel like you should do what you want to do. Being pressured to do that because you want to look a certain way or feel a certain way is another.
I feel different about it when it comes to kids. Like, I feel like your mom and them take like. I know people do things without their parents' permission, but it's like, how you went all the way to the Dominican Republic to get your booty done, and your parents like,
where's your mom? I couldn't even. Okay, girl. Story time. I had a friend in middle school. Oh yeah, I had a friend in middle school who had a girlfriend who went to my school, and there was no social media, so you had to write letters. You actually had to write your feelings on paper. Yeah. And write letters. Well, he lived down the street from me, so he said, I'm gonna put a note in your mailbox and you go get it and you give it to her. So I couldn't even, we had a alarm. I couldn't even go outside to the mailbox
without that beep beep
to get that note without my mama knowing. And so I was like, and I didn't want to tell her like I want to go get a love note. I'm sure she would have been fine with it, but like I was like, have you checked the mail today? She was like, yeah, I checked the mail. Like and she was like, what do you want, Candace? Well, so-and-so has a letter for so-and-so. And so the only way I could give it is if I let her read it first, just to make sure nothing bad was on it.
Yeah, because you're the messenger.
I'm trying to figure out how y'all are moving like this. It wasn't no sneaking out the house. There's no going to the DR. I couldn't afford it.
I couldn't afford the freaking DR. I still can't afford the DR.
Like, I couldn't get my teeth cleaned like my mama knowing. We was going to the dentist as a family, okay?
Times are just so different. Times are so different. And it feels weird saying that because I'm not, like, we're not old.
We are.
I mean, to the babies, we're old. You could be, you old. I ain't old. She can speak for herself. I'm not old, okay?
I'm fine as wine, though.
Yes, you will. Yes. Cheers. Cheers.
Come on, wine.
But, you know, times are so different. And so it does, I feel like to the point of our discussion, like, with mental health, like, these younger people, like, as adults, I'm thankful that we're in a time where even though it's become like this trendy thing and everything like that, we're at a time where like self-care is at the forefront. And although sometimes it's annoying the way that it's like portrayed, you know,
because people making money off self-care.
Yeah, they're glamorizing it,
taking care of yourself,
or romanticizing it in a way that shouldn't necessarily be.
Right.
But I'm glad that we are at a point where we're like unlearning the things that we learned along the way. So I'm happy from that. Even for us doing this, like even to sit here and like have a conversation about mental health, like it's so important that we do that, and I'm glad that like my little cousin is on here because, you know, it's important for us
too.
like the older generation to like reach back and be like, hey, don't embrace none of that, because we're unlearning it. So it would be great if we could impact the younger generations
so you don't
to not
have
even
have a childhood that you have to recover from.
That part, yes.
So for me, with understanding my relationship with food, I had on my board in my room ways for me to combat the problematic things that I do.
Yeah.
And one of them is not dealing with people who minimize your struggle.
Ooh.
But the people who always say, well, all you have to do is, it only takes this. It's like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm going through.
Yeah.
You don't know how tough it is for me to do those things, and for you to minimize it because what I'm going through might seem easy for you.
For you.
It's unfair.
Unfair completely.
And I've been probably a little bit overly dramatic with dealing with people in that way. But I feel like for me to just say, fuck you, is better than me not saying anything.
You know what?
Especially when what you're doing is minimizing my struggle and making it worse.
I can definitely understand like how you came to that, because now I speak up. Like, now I say the things. And I don't so much just say it in a way it's like, fuck you. But I do say it in a way.
You're very good. You're good.
I all that time of, like, not speaking my mind, I know how to, like, and we do this, talk about this all the time. Like, we know how to articulate ourselves.
Yes, you can use your words.
Yeah, I know how to use my words.
Things.
Words mean things. And so, like, now being in a place where I know how to use my words. Like, even yesterday, I had a girl that doesn't know me well ask me when the baby's coming. I did not keep with her. I don't know you like that. So I was just like, you don't ask a woman that.
You don't know my life, and you don't deserve to know my life.
That's like, you don't ask me that. And she was just like, ha ha ha, I'm nosy. And it was like, no. I said, for all you know, I could be infertile.
I'm so glad I wasn't there. Girl, where was I? Was I like upstairs?
You were not there yet.
The nerve.
But speaking up, like learning to say something.
Say no, you crossed the
line. Like, no, that's not okay with me. And it took all those years of being in a place or having moments like, oh boy, being like, are you pregnant? I would tell him something now. Like, but then I didn't know how to articulate myself because I was too concerned with what people would think, or they're gonna think I'm this, or they're gonna think I'm that. You know, I don't wanna step on no toes. But you stepping all over mine, and my mental health is struggling.
You take that with you, and then you sit in it, and it manifests itself in ways that are not healthy.
Not healthy.
Rude.
He probably don't remember that, but here I am telling y'all this story because it was something that stuck with me. You know, and it could have been a different narrative if I was in a better mental space, and if I had the like courage to speak up. So a lot of times, like how you were saying, people minimize like what something is for you.
All you gotta do is get up every morning and go work out. Girl, you're not finna do me. I'm tired. I'm tired because I'm fat, and I'm fat because I'm tired. It's a vicious cycle. I'm not making this up.
No, it's real.
And also, one of the things that I've had to do is understand that I have to prioritize, and the fear of missing out on a good meal or some good food shouldn't trump my health. And I know that my friends are going to eat after we leave this thing, but it's a place where they, you know, that don't have, you know, that does not have the fruits and veggies and
options,
and the grains and all of that. It's fried this and smothered that, and I don't need to be eating it. And I can say, you know what, I'm a pass on that. I can say that, and that's okay. And I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go to sleep.
That's that FOMO.
That FOMO is real.
Man, I've been having FOMO so bad.
Especially when it's like a new restaurant I haven't been to.
Yeah.
It's tough.
But nowadays, like, I'll miss out. Like, I will miss out. You know why? Because I like my couch.
It's a comfortable couch. And I've been trying to create my space in my home and in my room to where I never want to leave because it's so amazing.
I live here.
And I need that.
Yeah.
And that is
even part of like mental health. Like, oh man, like a lot of times like we'll see these memes and stuff about, you know, doing the work.
But what is the work?
Man, like I love, like anybody that knows me know I love getting my nails done and I love getting a good massage and all that good stuff. But honestly, the thing that have been the most helpful for me has been doing the stuff that's completely uncomfortable, that requires me to challenge my old ways of thinking. That mess is hard, okay? Like, whew, child, like you have to, first of all, you have to be willing to face it.
Yeah.
Like acknowledging it.
You know, it's a real thing.
Yeah, that like the first step is you have to admit there's a problem. That is true. Like you have to admit there's a problem. And for me, I was being plagued with, when I say plagued with anxiety, it was real. So even though at the time I was doing the work in my early 20s to like overcome, and I was like, I'm doing the work. Like I'm working out. I was working on my physical body. Yeah. Hadn't got to work on my mental as much yet. So when I started having anxiety attacks all the time, I'm like, I don't understand.
I'm doing everything right.
I'm working on my body. My problem is I don't like my body. Now I do. So what is the problem? I hadn't got there yet, you know? And so to have like started to face the things, to find out what are my triggers. Yes. Like what is it that's making me feel like this? And to identify those things and then acknowledge them and decide. Yeah. Like, you have
to make the choice.
Because like you were saying, it's not easy to just be like, oh, all you have to do is this. But I will say we have to make conscious choices. Yeah. Like, because after you decide, like for me, I decided I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to have an eating disorder anymore. I didn't want to be bulimic. Like, I didn't want that struggle anymore. But just because I decided didn't change it. I had to do the work. Yeah. You know? And I think that's how it is with other things in our life, like, you know, that cause us to be like toxic mentally. Yeah. Like we haven't decided to acknowledge that thing and decide to like do the work on it.
The pain of being in it, is not greater than the pain of the pain of being in it at that point was not greater than the pain of getting out.
Yes. And so we were talking to one of our coworkers yesterday, and Candace did a great analogy about like what did you say? Like if somebody gets like tackled, like a football player gets tackled, right? And then everybody just starts dogpiling on top of him. Like the pain of trying to get from up under that is greater than just laying there and waiting for it to like, or hoping that it's over, hoping they get off of you. Because if you're struggling underneath the weight of what's on you, sometimes just being still and stuck in it feels better than doing the work to get it off of you. And when she said that, I was like, that is so real. Because that's what keeps a lot of us stuck, is the fact that we're like, you know what, I'm gonna just stay stuck.
Like, yeah, it sucks here. But if I have to feel all that other stuff,
that feels like
really
it's
gonna suck.
Yeah, and it's scary, and we're afraid to feel it. And so for me, I had to get to a point where being stuck was
actually sucked more than
it
trying.
Sucked so much more, because even though I think I'm doing enough, I can't even get through my day without having an anxiety attack. And that wasn't it. No. Like, that just wasn't it. I didn't want to have to go through that. We have a couple questions. Let me see. Brooke, I think it's Brooke.
Scroll down though. There was
more at the top. Okay, yeah. We're coming to see your questions, guys. Hold on. All right. Brooke said earlier, I believe what a woman wants to do to her body is her choice, regardless. If it brings you joy, do it, baby. That's right.
Factual.
Hey, Brooklyn is on here. Brooke says, oh my gosh, that is the best description of what it feels like to work through depression and anxiety. It is. It is. It feels like you have tons of weight on you, because we do. You really do have tons of weight on you. And yeah, like, we just have to decide, okay, I don't want to be under this no more.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta move around, you know?
That ties into my next point of
Yeah.
finding discipline when you don't have motivation.
That part.
You're not going to always
let me
want
grab.
to do it. You're not going to always be ready to do it.
Yeah.
But when you have that discipline, you know what? I'm going to do it despite the fact that I don't want to do it.
Yes.
Because I know that doing it is better for me in the long run.
Right.
And so that's part of what's tough for me, because I go to work like so early and then I get off so late. Sometimes disciplining myself to even get out of the bed without snoozing 10 times is really hard. And so there are some mornings I'll wake up and I'm like, girl, get up out the bed, get up. And the mornings that I do that, after I'm done, is so good. Like, I feel so good. Like, you did that, but you gotta do it tomorrow too. It's really hard.
And it's to the point of like taking it a day at a time.
A day at a time.
And I'll get to these later. I'm gonna share with y'all the
Where we at? We're at 39 minutes.
We're 39 minutes. We're capping this at 45 minutes, y'all.
So you can do it now.
So okay, yeah, I'll actually go over this. This is like some affirmations that I gave to some members of the Glittered and Gold tribe at our first pop-up of the year. And I'm just going to read them to you now. So it says, in 2019, I am changing how I think. I will show myself grace on a daily basis.
Showing yourself grace is so important.
Yes, and like that's what it made me think of when you said like I have to do it tomorrow, but today
I did it.
I did it, and I'm gonna celebrate today. So show yourself grace on a daily basis. I will not bring myself down by comparing myself to others.
Because comparison is a thief of
Of
joy.
all joy.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I will remind myself that I have everything I need to be successful. I will ask for help. And this part is important. Accept it when it's offered.
That's good.
Like, not only ask for help, because we'll ask for help sometimes, but like when someone just genuinely offers to help you,
You're like, I'm good, sis.
I got it. No.
Thank you.
I'm gonna use a perfect example. My boss I was talking to my boss about like we did a spring break camp or whatever, and I was just saying how I was tired, but you know it's been great. And she was like, "Why don't you take off Monday?" Yes, I sure will. Like
I will. Because she
you
would have been like, no, I'm fine.
Yes, the old me would have been like, no, it's fine, you know. But I was like, no, I'm going to accept this off day because I need it.
I deserve and I need it, yeah.
So I'll accept and help when it's offered. And also, I will take breaks and restore my mind, body, and spirit regularly. I will be disciplined when I'm not motivated.
Yeah, working on motivating myself with a baby.
Yes.
I don't know how y'all.
Anissa's a new mommy.
Listen.
Natalie's on here. She's also a new mommy.
I don't know. Y'all, God bless you.
Yep.
All the moms.
Yep.
All the moms. The fact that I can barely take care of myself. I work with kids, but I can't imagine coming home as tired as I am some days. And having to like legally and morally take care of this little being who deserves everything that I have. Y'all are rock stars. I don't know.
The real MVPs.
I don't know, fam.
The real MVPs. And that's why I don't have children yet by choice, because I'm still a little bit selfish now.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and I'm just, you know. So, I will do the work to change the parts of me that I'm not pleased with. That's like to your point earlier. For adults, you know, if there is something you're not happy with about yourself, sure, you know, do the work to change that thing. I'll become more secure in who I am.
Yeah.
That's something that like every single day I am still working on. I can say that I'm the happiest I've ever been, like each year since basically like 25.
Yeah.
I've just become more and more secure in myself and more happy with who I am. And I love the idea of continuing to just become more of that.
And you can work on yourself and still like yourself.
And still like yourself.
There's nothing wrong with you.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I'm fine. I'm good. And
Yes.
I want to improve so I can feel as good as I know I am.
Exactly. And it's okay to acknowledge the steps that you've already taken and give yourself credit.
When you think about where you've been, you're like, man, I'm a bad bitch.
I'm doing it. Like, do you listen?
Do you know where I've been?
Do you know what I have been through?
And you know that you did that, and nobody did it for you.
No one did it. So
that.
Absolutely. And I will work hard at turning my goals into growth in 2019 and beyond. And again, like that's what Glittered and Goals is all about. That's what this discussion, letting y'all join us on this discussion, is all about. Because it's about having those goals that we have in our mind, manifesting them into growth.
Yeah.
You know, actually growing from those things. So,
do you want to do a couple questions?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you want to just do? You want to do a question card or like a topic card?
Topic card.
Topic.
Whichever.
I think maybe a question card because it's just a question. Topic can go longer, and we're about to wrap. Okay.
Question for y'all.
Question. Hope. What big dreams do you have for yourself? In what ways do you stop yourself from dreaming before you even start? And what are you trying to protect by doing so?
Oh, wow. All right.
It goes there.
All right.
Do you want to start?
I always sound a little sad when people be like, what is your goal? What's your plan? Like, I don't have one. Yeah. But it's not that I don't have them. I think that sometimes when you say them out loud, or you acknowledge them, it's somehow, I feel like things get jinxed sometimes, and so I don't want to say them. But that's not true, because what you work towards and what's meant for you is yours.
It's yours. That's and that fear that I know what you mean.
I want to, ultimately, I just want to be able to generate revenue and have a lifestyle where my money's working for me even when I'm not working.
Yes, that
Because
part.
I don't want to work myself into the ground. How to go about doing that, I don't know yet, but starting a YouTube channel was a big deal for me.
Hey y'all.
Hey,
so we're also recording for Candace's YouTube.
It's gonna go on my YouTube channel.
It's gonna be on her
Conversations channel. With Candace later. But I love to talk like in like social settings and stuff like that. But I've always had a fear of like public speaking or being seen in a way that I don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
And so to do that, to take that step and just do that, and then receiving so much love from it was really good for me. So not talking about the dream also allows me to not put forth the work to achieve that dream. Whew. And so then I won't fail because I'm not going to do it.
Because I ain't tell y'all.
I didn't tell you. I'm not doing it, and I won't fail. Like that's kind of where I am. That's kind of what. But I even though we're all really good at like motivating other people.
Yeah. But
we have to be good at motivating ourselves and believing in ourselves because we deserve.
Absolutely.
So. Not sure what the goal is yet, but being fearless and trying the things that seem hard.
Yeah.
That's really what I've been trying to do, and getting love from people and be like, oh my God, I've been wanting to do that for so long, and you've done it. That makes me feel good.
Absolutely.
So the dream, I don't know the dream, but the ways I stop myself is not talking about it, so I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
And so then I have to like combat that too.
Yeah. For me, the question, and y'all can answer the question too, but what big dreams do you have for yourself? I just got real nervous in my heart.
Let's talk about it, friend.
Oh no. Okay, I get emotional. All right.
You can cry and then blame it on the like spicy food. It's fine.
All right. For me, the big dreams that I have for myself are really, like, it sounds cliche, but it's like bigger than me, so it makes me so scared and emotional and like nervous to even say it, because I believe I'm capable now, but there used to be a part of me that was like, who do you think you are?
The nerve of you to even want to try to do that.
The audacity that you would think that you could do that.
Right.
I just see it's like for myself, but it's also for the community that I really like and passionate about building. I see myself building something that's way bigger than me that will exist long after I'm gone. And that whether that continues to be in the form of Glittered and Goals or not, I don't know. I would like to see Glittered and Goals grow to that magnitude, but I don't know if it will be Glittered and Goals exactly, but something like this that is very passion driven is what I see for myself. I have had people recently like tell me about dreams that they've had about me that are mirroring my dreams for myself, and that is scary because one, I haven't told you this, and two, it confirms my dream. So my friend, like Natalie told me, sorry, that's Lola. She
Hi, sweet baby.
Natalie told me the other day that she dreamed that like I was getting ready to do an interview with, I think she said CBS.
Come on, CBS interview.
And like that was like a skr like
Yeah.
I don't know. And then,
Are you sure that was me?
Are you sure it was me, girl? And then I had someone else tell me, this is a girl that I'm not super close to her, like we're acquaintances.
Yeah.
She texted me one morning and was like, hey, I don't know why, but God put it on my heart to share this with you. I had a dream that you had a talk show. And like she was like elaborate about the things in her dream. And that was like almost spooky weird because I was like, what, girl? Thank you for sharing that with me. I received it. She's like, I hope you don't think I'm weird. I was like, no, God told you to tell me. You told me, thank you.
Right.
So like for me, I see myself doing things like facing my greatest fears for the greater good of other people.
Yep.
And also making some residual income because of it.
Come on, residual income.
Yeah. And then it says, in what ways do you stop yourself from dreaming before you even start? And what are you trying to protect by doing so? Thankfully, this is something that I really put forth effort not to do at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hosted an event called Fear Won't Win
Mm-hmm.
a couple years ago. And the whole point of that was to stop this. Like, stop keeping myself from dreaming. Like, I need to go forward because the only thing I'm protecting is my ego.
Yeah.
I take pride in everything that I do, whether it's my job or whether it's this or whatever it is, I take pride in it. So I don't want to fail publicly.
No,
hey, like I don't want like so a lot of times I want to fail in private
in the privacy of my own home.
Right. So when I think about these big dreams I have and like putting these ideas out there, whether it be an event, whether it be some other type of initiative, I think about the effort of putting it out there and people knowing about it and then it flopping or failing or not being great or
and
being
that's always attached to who you are.
Yeah, and I don't, and it's like I'm protecting my ego because that ain't fun. Like I don't, and so yeah, I feel like for me that's what it was before, but at this point I'm like, you know what do I have to lose? I've seen the positive things that have come from me facing the fears of putting things out there, putting it in the atmosphere, and the worst that you could tell me is no.
Yeah.
And I've been told no a lot, many times on many different things in my life, so no's don't scare me as much anymore. So
what about you guys?
Yeah.
As far as that,
what big dreams do you have for yourself? Let's go. Let me hear it.
Big dreams that you have for yourself, and
I see someone said something right here. I'm just trying.
In what ways do you stop yourself from dreaming before you can even start? And what are you trying to protect by doing so?
Yeah. Brooke told Anissa, you can do it. Take it one moment at a time. You're a strong mom. She absolutely is. And her baby is everything. It's adorable. Guys.
Oh no, I touched your card.
It's okay. I'll wipe it off. And we're again answering questions from the Girls Gone Happy mini deck. Check out Girls Gone Happy on Instagram if you would like to see more things like this. Doesn't look like y'all are answering the question. You might be a little bit shy, and that's okay. But what I'm gonna do is post this. Oh, Brooke said, what did Brooke say?
I see power. I can't see the whole thing.
It's okay. It says, Valencia, there is power in receiving a no. That just brings more open doors for you. Oh,
doesn't
girl.
it though?
It does. It absolutely. Thank you for that. I received that. But yeah, guys, we are pushing time. It is, it's overtime.
Yeah,
it's 3:50. So here's what we're gonna do. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this mental health mukbang.
Thanks, guys.
With Conversations with Candace and Frorealdoe here on the Glittered and Goals GIG Tribe Live, and also at the Conversations with Candace Instagram
and
YouTube. And I'm gonna post this on my page on Glittered and Goals, and I'll post the question. And if you would like to answer the question, I would love to see your answer in the comments. Make sure that you follow me at Frorealdoe on my personal page, and then you're on Glittered and Gold, so I hope you're following. And also that you subscribe to
my YouTube channel, Conversations with Candace. I do hair videos like this.
Yes.
Trying to do a little bit of everything. If you have a video that you want me to do, I want to do more mukbang videos because I love food so much. So just let me know what you think I should post. Subscribe there. And I hope to see you. I want to see everybody at the next Glittered and Goals event too.
Oh yes, it's actually this coming Thursday. I think there's 5 spots left for this one, and we are partnering with Hop Dottie, and we're gonna have a fry tasting. Hop Dottie is a burger bar, and we're gonna be at the City Center location. We're gonna do a fry tasting. We're gonna have some drinks. Your RSVP guarantees you a seat at the table. So head to the link in the Glittered and Goals bio to subscribe to reserve your seat. What else?
I feel like that's it. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
This food is so good. Try out Nick's Seafood on Highway 6.
Yes, Nick's Crawfish Bar on Highway 6. Thank you. Shout out to y'all. I go there all the time, and it's bomb. And I'm glad Candace approves. Yes. So thank you guys so much for watching this. We are going to wrap this up because it's almost been an hour. And yeah, come to the comment section. I will be editing this down to the best 10 minutes of the discussion, which has been all of it. So that's going to be hard. It'll be on IGTV for those who are not able to catch the live stream within the 24 hours. And if you want to watch the whole thing, you can head over to Candace's YouTube page. Bye, guys. I have to get up to turn you off.
Bye.